You know, I want to see my face. How do I look? यार ये कभी
Good.
थोड़ा तो मेहरबानी
It's
करो.
we are taping. Good morning. Today is March 18, Friday, 2011. I'm interviewing Mr. Narain Kataria. Is a legal assistant. He used to work, now retired. Now, Mr. Kataria, tell me, when people ask you what's your desh or home, what do you say?
My dish now. I'm American
Yes,
citizen.
but of course you look very
Actually,
Indian.
I came from India.
Okay.
But actually, I was born in one place. Name of that place is Sakkar, and Sakkar was in Sindh. Sakkar
Okay.
is still in Sindh.
Sindh.
And Sindh is in Pakistan.
Pakistan.
But at that time when I was born, it was India.
Okay.
It was British India, so I consider myself Indian, not Pakistan.
Okay. Now, can you tell me how was it's a city or a village?
No, it was a big city, big
How
town.
big it?
I think there were about more than 200,000
pretty big.
people. It was a very big city. It was number 3 city in Sindh.
Yeah.
First
Now-
was Karachi, second was Hyderabad,
Yeah.
and third I think was Sakkar.
Sakkar, did they have a very large Hindu community there?
Yes. Sakkar, it was a large Hindu community, but on the whole, total,
Yeah.
a majority of the people in Sakkar,
Mhm.
actually, I think maybe 50-50.
Okay.
But it was surrounded by all the villages, and there were a lot of Muslim people.
Okay. What did you have good relationship with the Muslims? You remember?
You know, actually, from our side, our relationship with Muslims were very good. They were nice people. They were decent people.
What was
And
your
they
parents
were our
doing?
neighbors.
What was your parents' profession?
My father actually died long ago
Okay.
before partition,
Okay.
and he died. He had natural death.
Okay.
So he died. But in 1947, when India was divided into Pakistan and India, at that time my father was not there.
How old were you when approximately when the partition
I
came?
was in 1947. I was about 17 years old.
So you have some memory.
No,
so-
I have all the memories.
So
not
who-
some everything I know.
Who took the decision that you have to leave?
You know, actually, all the Muslims living in the neighborhood, all the Sindhi Muslims who were telling me that they are my friend, we are same people, we speak the same language. But in 1947, when India was divided, and they said that you are different person, you have nothing else to do. You believe, you worship idols and all these things, and we believe in Islam. Islam is 100% different, and we are different people.
Okay.
So this is an Islamic country, and you should leave.
And was there any? Do you recall? Was there any threats, any incidents, rioting, anything that happened in Sukkur or near where you lived?
Riots were going on before partition 2-3 years ago. A lot of Muslims organizations were there. They were well armed. They were preparing all the time. They were forcibly converting Hindus to Islam. They were raping women. They were abducting women. They were actually creating problem for us, and they created condition for us to leave that country.
Did you
Convert to Islam, or they will kill.
But did you know of or remember any incidents at that time?
Oh yes, I saw so many people. We were fighting with Muslims. Many Muslims came to burn my house. They wanted to destroy and all the Hindu people came, and they actually came and hid there. They came, for shelter. They came to my house because we had a gun.
Okay.
So all the Hindu people came, and they were given shelter, and we were fighting with Muslims because they wanted to burn our entire building, all the Hindu people. And we were using stones, but they were fully armed. They had guns, they had swords, and they were well organized, and we were not. We were not ready. We were not prepared to fight.
Why not?
Why not? Because we normally Hindu people don't believe in killing everybody or fighting anyone, because our religion also teaches that everyone is a friend, and God is the same, and God is living in everyone. So we never thought that Muslims are our enemies.
Yeah.
But Muslims, it was our thinking, but they were thinking what they were thinking in their mind, but we didn't know. They were always thinking that we are their enemies, and Islam, because Muslim friends may be good, but they are learning from Quran, they are learning from Hadith. So they were taught to kill us, that we are kafir and we should be killed, we should be killed. So that feeling is there in their mind, and it comes out only when the time comes, because before that, all these Muslims were Hindus.
Yeah, true.
They were not Muslims. They did, from Saudi Arabia, a few Muslims came,
Yeah.
but our local Hindus were converted to Islam. But when these converted to Islam, they become barbarian.
Yeah.
They
Now-
became killer and slaughterers.
Okay. Now, can you describe your migration? Who took the decision? How did you come? Did you walk? Did you take the train? Did you take the bus?
Yeah, that I can tell you. So actually, at that time I was 17 years in
Okay.
1947.
Yeah.
And I had brothers and sister and my mother. So at that time, all the Muslims, Sindhi Muslims first came to me. They told me, when you are leaving this place so that we can take your building. We had our own building. My father, our grandfather had bought that. It was a 3-story big building. And they told, when you are going back, a Sindhi Muslim wanted to take it. Then other Muslims, refugee Muslims who came from India, Punjab and Bombay and other places, they also came. They told me, when you are going, leaving this country, I don't want to leave. This is my country. My forefathers, my ancestors were living here for thousands of years, and Sakkar was on the bank of Indus River.
Yeah.
And on the bank of Indus River, all the Vedas had been composed. So I told them, I do not want to go. But they created condition for me. They told me, either you leave. They were frightening me, they were terrorizing me, they were making a story that tomorrow you will be killed, tomorrow your mother will be raped, so please run away. So they somehow created situation so that I have to leave this
So how
country.
did you leave? How did you leave?
At that time, I didn't know, because I had no money. They wanted me to go to India.
So how did you come to
Where
India?
should I go to India? Because I didn't know anyone. So I was waiting there, and one day finally, one train came from India, and it was guarded by Gorkha soldiers. And Congress party people came over there, and they were asking if any Hindu wants to go.
Oh, I
so
see.
we were actually worried what to do. So when we heard about that, we went over there and sat in the train.
So
But
all
by
the
the time we
India-
went from our house to a station, all the Muslims were looting us, harassing us, threatening us. And it was a hell of a job. It was a very miserable time.
Who took the decision?
My mother and myself took the decision.
Was there, besides you and your mother, were there any siblings in your family?
Yeah, there I had 3 brothers and 1 sister.
Younger than you?
Yeah, they were younger than me. They were 15, 14, so...
And what about your uncles or aunts? Anybody there?
No, I didn't have any uncle. There were a lot of relations.
Okay.
A lot of relatives were there, but they were spread all over. I don't know where they were.
Okay.
Because,
But basically then your mother took the decision. With
yeah, you can say that, but actually I also played important role.
Okay.
Because
So how far was the train station from your home?
train station was about 2-3 miles.
So
but it is a hell of job.
How did you
all
go?
the Pathan people, all the Punjabi Muslim people, all the Sindhi Muslim people, they were actually howling.
Oh.
They howling us, and
Did you walk? Do you remember?
Yes, we walked, because there is at that time there was no taxi system.
Yes. Any clothing, luggage or anything you
No,
carried?
we could not carry anything. We carried something small in here and there, some clothing here, something in the hand.
Whatever happened to your assets, jewelry?
We left everything.
In charge of anybody?
Everything. No, we had to leave.
You just locked the house?
No, it is not our house. Then as soon as the Muslims were waiting outside, they were eager to leave us. And as soon as we left, they took there was a big fight between Sindhi Musliman, Punjabi Musliman, and the Mahajir Musliman. So they 3 wanted to occupy our building, and they did it.
And you just walked to the station. And were there other people in the station, other Hindus waiting?
Yes, they brought a lot of Hindu people.
Have you ever gone back to visit your home?
I will never would like to go, because that place is a hell. For any Hindu, the people, any Hindu cannot, Muslim, it is very difficult to live for any minority people, whether Hindu, whether Christian, or Ahmadiyas or anybody else. This is very difficult to live because they will make your life miserable.
So-
they will make sure that either you convert to Islam or they will kill. Because killing is the part of Islam. Most of the people don't know, and there is a lot of things going on in Islam which many people do not
Yeah.
know.
Now tell me, how was when you came to the train? You got into
The
the
train was guarded by Gurkha soldiers and
Okay.
they brought me to Karachi.
Karachi.
Yeah.
Okay.
And when I came in Karachi, there was big rioting going on.
Okay.
And we were put in one temple, Satnarayan temple, the Swaminarayan temple in Karachi. And when we went over there, Muslims came over there and they cut the cow and they put all the blood on the
Temples,
doors so that
deities,
yeah. to feel us miserable.
Yeah. Yeah.
They wanted to humiliate us.
Yeah, yeah.
And then big rioting was going on. I saw so many Muslims were killing with, they had daggers in their hands and they were butchering
In
everybody.
Karachi.
In Karachi also, in Sakkar also, I
Oh.
saw so many Muslim, but Hindus were not in a position to stand up against Muslims. Why? Because Muslim was being supported by police.
And the
They were
state.
supported by my state government.
Yeah,
They were well organized.
Yeah.
They were well trained, and they had very powerful weapons.
So, yeah. Now, how did you come from Karachi to?
From Karachi, we were put by government of India one boat.
Okay.
Big ship.
Okay.
It carried about 5,000 Hindus.
Ooh.
Yeah, so it took 2-3 days, something, I don't know, but we came to Bombay. Then
Okay.
we came to Mumbai.
Okay.
And after we came to Mumbai, we were put in a refugee camp.
Where was it?
The refugee camp was near Bombay.
Okay.
So near Bombay, that one place is Kalyan.
Yes.
After that, they call it Ulhasnagar.
Yes. I know.
So in Ulhasnagar, they put about 200,000 Hindu people.
Okay.
And there were a lot of other military camps were given to all these refugee people. And government of India did great job. They provided all the service. They gave food, accommodation, and actually government of India did whatever it was possible.
Okay. So you could nobody who came from Sindh were able to sell their property. Did you get any compensation? From
No, you cannot sell your property because Muslims were told that all the Hindus have to go,
But did you
don't buy any.
Did you get any compensation
Yes,
from India?
I got some very little, negligible, about 3,000 rupees
Okay, that's for
for
all.
the big building.
So so that journey was severed your 1,000-year relationship with your homeland.
Yeah, actually,
Where your ancestors
we
were
signed that we got the compensation. They gave it to almost all the people who came, most of them who could prove that.
Now, tell us a little bit about Ulhasnagar, or the refugee camp. How was it like?
No, it was a military camp. There were scorpions, there were snakes, and when we were walking,
It was tents or
no, it was a jungle area,
Okay,
forest type.
but how was the house like?
A house, military barracks.
Oh, military
In
barracks.
one military bag, they put 100 people.
Okay. Oh,
Then
military
they put partition 20 people
Okay.
like that.
All right. So there was a common latrine, common shower,
Yeah.
common cooking area.
Yes.
Did your family? How long your family stayed there?
We stayed about up to 1972.
72.
Then I came here in 1972.
So you stayed right there itself.
Yeah,
You went to
from
school.
48 to 72 I was.
So is anybody there still living there? In Ulhasnagar?
Yeah, my family was there. When I came over here, they came here after that.
Okay. So you sold the property there, or it still belongs to you?
Yeah, I didn't have much property.
Okay. It did belong to government of India, I suppose.
No,
Not
that was mine.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what did you do? Did you
We
sell it?
sold it.
Okay.
It was very negligible. It was not a real property, but
Yeah.
it was something.
So if people ask you again, I asked you at the very beginning, because Americans see you as an Indian, if they ask you what's your home, you just say India.
Yeah, India.
And
I will never say Pakistan is my home because
It-
it
denied
was
you.
India. It has been forcibly taken over by Muslims from Arabia.
Yeah.
And their forefathers, the people were Hindu. Their forefathers were Hindu, but these people are now following Islam, and
Yeah.
Islam is a barbarian religion. I have nothing to do with them.
Yeah. Now, why do you think then Muslims were able to stay in India, but not Hindus in Sindh?
Because it is a mistake on the part of Government of India. Government of India or Nehru government, these people made big mistake because they are pro-Muslim people, and Nehru and all this family very, very timid people, and they are anti-Hindu people. They have more soft-hearted people towards Muslims. They wanted to destroy Hindu people as much as possible. And they should have driven out all the Hindus. They should have driven out all the Muslims from India.
Okay.
Because only 15%, more than 90% Muslim people voted for the creation of Pakistan.
That's
but
true.
what happened? Only 15% people went to India. 85% lived there.
Yeah.
It was mistake on the part of Nehru and government deliberately.
Yeah.
If we had thrown out all these people from India, Hindu would have a great time.
Yeah.
Now there is a security problem in India because Muslims are there. Muslims can never be faithful to India. They are never loyal to India. They will destroy India also. And they are working on that because Islam believes in domination and subjugation of non-Muslims.
Yes.
So all the Muslims, wherever they are, even the Muslims living in this country, they are working to destroy this country. In this country, also Muslims want to plant Pakistani flag, Islamic flag here in Washington.
Yeah.
In India, they want to plant Islamic flag. In New Delhi, everywhere, wherever they go, they want to enslave everybody.
Now-
They want to dominate everybody. They want to slaughter everybody, and they want to rule over that and establish Islamic rule.
Now tell me, so can Hindus and Muslims live together?
It is almost impossible. How can Hindu and Muslim live? Look at the history. 58 countries have been taken over by Muslims, and Muslims will not tolerate anybody. They don't tolerate. It is a very intolerant religion, and they always extol the virtue of violence and hatred. They are doing that. They cannot live with anyone. Even see that Lebanon was a Christian country. Now they made it Muslim country. Sindh was Hindu country. They made it Muslim country.
Now-
Punjab was Hindu. They made it Muslim country.
Then-
Afghanistan was 100% Buddhist country. They made it and they are still working because Islam tell them to dominate everybody. Islam was them. All the people are infidel who does not believe in Quran. They should be killed. That is their teaching. So how they can live with anyone? It is almost nobody can live with Islam. And Muslims know it very well.
So who has benefited because of partition?
Muslim and Islam, and the people who call themselves that they are moderate Muslim. They are the greatest beneficiary of Pakistan.
Okay.
Because when we were there, they were telling us that we are nice people. See that I'm so good. So I'm so nice person. I'm a Muslim. I believe in Quran. I see how decent. But they were not decent. They were fooling us. They were doing it al-taqiyya. Al-taqiyya in Islam, al-taqiyya is a strategy. It is a doctrine which is taught to every Muslim. And that meaning of that al-taqiyya is that you should lie and cheat if it promotes Islam. So all the people who call themselves moderate people don't believe them because they are fooling you. My forefathers were fooled. So they were fooled that they are nice people, but they are not.
Okay. Now, as a Sindhi Hindu, finally who fled your land, came to India and now to United States, is there anything else that I didn't ask you want to add? Just this, if there is something comes to
from my experience, I'm telling everyone, this is warning to almost entire world. Islam is a very dangerous thing. Islam is determined to destroy all the human beings. And Islam is actually determined to take over the entire world and enslave everybody, establish Islam all over the world. So we have to all the other people who do not believe in Islam, they have to join together hands and get rid of Islam somehow. Because either you have to modify the Quran, because until you modify the Quran, you cannot change Muslim. Because Islam starts from Quran. And if you do not modify the Quran, you cannot change their thinking. So best thing is that if you first you modify the Quran, and make these people behave, because they do not believe in any constitution. For them, constitution is Quran, and Quran is a very backward thing. It was written by somebody in 7th century, so they follow that. And if they follow that, they will not let you live. They will slaughter you today or tomorrow. The best way is to, if you want to handle Islam, you have to find out
Yeah.
different way.
All right. Thank you very much. I appreciate your time.